Welcome to Flawless Shoe Reviews. In this video I'm going to compare two of the staple neutral shoes in the Brooks range, the Brooks Launch 11 and the Brooks Go 16. Now the Go 16 is known as the premium shoe within the Brooks range, whereas the Launch 11 is known more as the affordable shoe. However, they've made some big changes to the Launch 11 so that it fits more in line with the Go 16. I'm going to break this down so at the end of this video you have a better idea of which shoe is better value. So starting off with the midsole on the Launch 11, we've got a brand new DNA Flash nitrogen injected midsole. So it's got two different versions within the midsole. So it's got version 1 in the heel, which is better for shock absorption. Then we've got version 2 in the forefoot with narrower, denser cells, which is better for propulsion phase of the gait cycle. So it's a bit springier on the forefront and then a little bit better absorbing impact on the rear foot. We can feel that it's a really comfortable ride, but on top of that, it also has a really good ground contact feel, so you can feel a real good connection with the ground. They've altered the drop on this. So in the previous model it was a 10mm drop, whereas we've got an 8mm drop in the version 11 with 35mm in the rear foot, 27 in the forefoot. In contrast to that, in the Go 16 we've got a 12mm drop with 35.5 in the rear foot, 23.5 in the forefoot. So considerably less padding underneath your foot in the forefoot. Brooks are really known for having those 10, 12mm drops, so it was a big change in the Launch 11 to change that down to an 8mm drop. It comes in a little bit heavier at 278 grams in a size 9 men's US versus 218 grams in the Launch 11, so a much lighter and snappier shoe in the Launch. Then we have the DNA Loft nitrogen injected midsole in the Go 16. It's a lot more balanced than the version 15, so you sink into it a little bit more, it's a little bit bouncier. So the version 15 was a lot firmer than this, so it's quite a nice feel to it. You sink into it a little bit, but it's got good responsiveness to it. I must say that we felt a little bit more spring, a little bit more bounce in the Launch 11 midsole, so it'll be interesting to see what Brooks bring to the market with the Go 17. When we move on top of the shoe, we've got a nice plush engineered upper on the Go 16, a single engineered upper on the Launch 11, which fits in with the less premium version, so it's quite a thin upper. Could be really good in the summer for ventilation. It's got a moderately thick gusseted tongue on top, whereas it's non-gusseted but padded on the Go 16. We've got mild to moderate padding around the heel cup, or a bit more luxurious padding around the Go 16 on the heel cup that's a lot stiffer, so it stabilizes a lot more on the back of the heel. Then we've also got some more stability features on the Go 16 than we do in the Launch 11. So we've got a sidewall on the heel cup and on the forefoot and on the outside, and then a sidewall on the heel on the inside. These come up, cradle your heel, how to control pronation forces on top of the shoe. They've got some nice sole flare in the forefoot and a broad base support. So all these features make it more of a stable neutral shoe, whereas the Launch 11 is just a classic neutral shoe. So the lockdown is really good in the Launch 11, so we felt it kept you nice and centered on top of the shoe. Great contact feel, really good propulsion, light and snappy. You could use it as a track shoe, you could use it on the road, so excellent option overall. Comes in around $120, often discounted around $100, whereas the Go 16 is a premium range, comes in at around $150. It's really good for those easy runs, long runs, recovery runs. You can use it for some more up-tempo work, but I must say it's not as snappy as the Launch 11. What you might find if you spend long periods of time running in the Launch 11, that it's a little bit less comfortable than the Go 16 because it doesn't have the same amount of padding and softness underfoot than what we get in the Go 16. But to be honest, pound for pound, I think the new Launch 11 is a much better shoe than what you get in the Go 16, and I think the new midsole in the Glycerin 22 makes that the Go 16 a little bit stuck in the middle, unsure of what his place is in the Brooks range, but I'm sure with the Go 17 we'll see a brand new midsole in it. So overall, at the moment, really fancying the Brooks Launch 11. The Go 16 is your classic stable neutral shoe with a great 12mm drop. Got any questions on either shoe, please in the comment section below. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in. Like and share and subscribing is always appreciated.